two no trump bid can be an extremely useful bid. What is it? What is this bid? Well, if the opponents open one of a suit and you overcall two no trumps, that says nothing about no trumps. What it's saying to your partner is, I have got the two lowest unbid suits. If the opponents have opened a major, this is showing the minors. Remember, no one really likes the minors, but it still can be useful sometimes to show the minors. If your opponents have opened a minor, though, the two lowest unbid suits are just that, the two lowest ones. So if they opened a diamond, the two lowest unbid suits would be clubs and hearts. And if they opened a club, the two lowest unbid suits would be diamonds and hearts. So it's a very useful bid, at least 5-5 in the two lowest unbid suits. Now you might be asking yourself, why doesn't it show something natural about no trumps? And the answer to that is, all big balanced hands, hands which have 18 plus points, would never bid no trumps. They always start by making a monster double. So this has left this bid free to do something unusual, hence the unusual two no trumps. The problem with lots of these bids is that they're really exciting and people are desperate to use them. It's that classic hammer nail thing. If you're a hammer, you're desperate for a nail, ancient proverb from somewhere. So just be a bit careful. Often with the minors, you'd actually rather not give opponents information. If they're going to get to where they need to go anywhere, you've simply just given them a roadmap of your hand. It's a bit like saying, hey, just to make your life really easy, how about I show you exactly what is in my hand so you can work out where the other points are, how to take finesses, etc., etc. So be careful about using it. It's normally used as more of a preemptive kind of bid, like a sacrifice type of bid. But you've got to think to yourself, do we really want to sacrifice? Are we going to get doubled? And is getting doubled going to be worse than them making their contract? Let's have a look at a couple of examples. First up, we've got this one where Jerry has opened one diamond. Should South, Mel, make the unusual two no trump here? If she does, she's showing her partner that she has got hearts and clubs. She's actually got really nice hearts and really nice clubs. And check out the vulnerability. It's not vulnerable versus vulnerable. So yes, it's a great idea with this particular hand, great cards in the suits, honors in both suits. It's a great idea here to make the two no trump overcall. If you do make the unusual two no trump overcall, the bidding could end up like this. It looks here like Victoria and Jerry have decided to punish you, double you for penalties. These are all the hands. So you're going off, but you're not going to go off for as much as they would make in four spades. If they make four spades, they're making an over trick, so they're actually making 650 points here. It looks like you're off a couple. So even if you go off for 300, this is a great sacrifice. If instead you'd overcalled a heart, say, then this could have been the kind of auction. The problem would be, if you overcalled a heart, then they're going to find their spades. Bidding the unusual two no trump has really got in the way and worked really, really well here. What about this next one here? So imagine you're Ringo in the South seat. Should you do anything? You've got 5-5 in the two lowest unbid suits, here the minors, but should you do something? The key to think is, this is a classic hammer nail situation. You're vulnerable and they're not vulnerable. You don't really want to be sacrificing in 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. Imagine if they double you in 5 clubs or 5 diamonds and you go doubled off 3 or 4. I mean, that's awful. That's at least 800 points. That's really horrible. And even if they make their game, they're only making 420 anyway. It's just too risky to get involved here. You don't really want to get involved because you don't want to sacrifice and you're going to be doubled if you do. So in this sort of situation, I'd just pass. Here are the hands. It's the right thing to do. They're going to make 4 spades, but so what? You certainly don't want to sacrifice in a minor. So give it a go. Try it out. Remember, if the opponents open one of a suit and you bid two no trumps, that's the unusual two no trumps, showing you've got at least 5-5 in the two lowest unbid suits.